以后愿不愿意经常陪我一块儿骑单车？
来，马诺开始。
我还是坐在宝马里哭吧。
15 years ago, in front of the entire Chinese audience, she boldly declared on a dating show that she would rather cry in a BMW than smile on a bicycle. After that, she was heavily criticized online. This woman is the girl everyone in China knows, Ma Nuo. Now, 15 years have passed. Did her dream of marrying into a wealthy family come true? How is she living nowadays? In 2010, during a very popular Chinese dating show, a wealthy overseas returnee came on stage. In the end, he asked the two remaining female contestants a question: would they be willing to ride a bicycle with him? And Ma Nuo, one of the final two women, replied, "I'd rather cry in a BMW." Once the episode aired, Ma Nuo's statement instantly went viral online, and she became the symbol of materialism. In an era when the internet wasn't even that developed, this one sentence made Ma Nuo famous across the country, and she was regarded as the originator of the gold digger stereotype. Criticism flooded the internet, and one male contestant even came on the show specifically to lash out at her.
而你提出的要求，像什么在宝马里面流眼泪或者怎么样，我觉得像我们这种正常的小青年，不是家里很有钱的话，没有办法满足到你这样的高要求。所以呢，我觉得你应该让出这个位置，让那些更加真诚的女孩子可以到这个节目来寻找他们的另一半。然后我还想建议你一下，就是这个节目其实不适合你，像你说的这些条件呢，应该适合选美，因为下面坐的不是大款就是富豪。不要说你坐在宝马里面流眼泪，就算你坐在保时捷里面流鼻涕都是可以的。谢谢。马诺，你要说话吗？
其实我不是大家想的那样，对不起。
This male contestant came on stage and angrily lashed out at Ma Nuo with a barrage of criticism, emotionally stating that Ma Nuo shouldn't be here. She should go to a beauty pageant where all the rich men gather. And even said if that's the case, then even if you're blowing your nose in a Porsche, nobody cares. Faced with such scolding, the usually sharp-tongued Ma Nuo didn't fight back but quietly walked off the stage instead. She tried to explain with a choked voice, "I'm not what everyone thinks I am." So what kind of girl is she really? If you understand her growth journey over these years, you may find that the answer has long been there. In 1988, Ma Nuo was born in a hutong in Beijing. Although she was born in Beijing, she wasn't a true Beijinger. Her ancestral home is in Anhui, and her parents were both migrants in Beijing. Ma Nuo's childhood was cold and gloomy. She once said on a show that she would never date a guy with big eyes and double eyelids, because her father had big eyes and double eyelids. In her memory, her father rarely came home, and it was almost her mother alone supporting the whole family. Her mother rented a tiny fruit stand of less than 2 square meters in a hutong, making a living by selling fruits. Due to poverty, Ma Nuo rarely had new clothes since childhood. She wore clothes others discarded. To save money, her mother even shaved her head, just to avoid spending money on hair ties. In her memory, her mother always frowned over every little expense. During high school, her father passed away from illness, plunging the already struggling family into deeper hardship. After entering university, Ma Nuo had to run back and forth between campus and outside jobs, working part-time as a model to make ends meet. After graduating, she became a full-time model. But due to lack of fame, there were months without a single job. Since her company was far from home, she temporarily stayed at her cousin's place. At her poorest, she had only 1,400 yuan, so she couldn't bear to rent an apartment and lived under someone else's roof. But life is cruel. One night after work, she came home to find her cousin had thrown her luggage outside the door. Ma Nuo instantly understood what had happened. Holding back tears, she dragged her suitcase aimlessly through the streets of Beijing's freezing winter night. All shops were closed, and she had nowhere to go. She kept walking until she saw a real estate agency still open. A staff member rode a motorcycle and helped her find the cheapest rental. By the time she settled in, it was already the middle of the night. She wanted to call her mother to say she was safe, but she held back. She didn't want her mother to worry. At that moment, she couldn't suppress her emotions any longer and burst into tears. She was just in her early 20s. She relied on her mother to survive. But life was harsh. Perhaps because she was afraid of poverty, Ma Nuo desperately wanted to escape it and yearned for a wealthy life. But for someone from the bottom trying to enter the upper class, it's easier said than done. The only shortcut was to marry rich. Back then, they called it marrying into wealth.
我还是坐在宝马里哭吧。
他的答案是不爱自行车，他喜欢坐在宝马里边。
In 2010, a very popular dating show in China held a nationwide audition for female contestants. With the recommendation of a friend, Ma Nuo signed up for the competition and successfully passed the audition. On the show, Ma Nuo attracted attention with her sharp-tongued style. She straightforwardly criticized male contestants, and it wasn't until the contestant who liked riding bicycles appeared on stage that Ma Nuo skyrocketed to fame. She also thus became the originator of the Gold Digger label. "I'd rather cry in a BMW than smile on a bicycle" became a widely spread classic quote. The ratings of the dating show soared, but the comments on Ma Nuo's social media were unbearable to look at. Netizens criticized her for being materialistic and pretentious. After that, Ma Nuo became very low-key and no longer commented on male guests with sharp language. In the end, she held hands with a man from an ordinary family background and left the stage, which could be considered a full stop to her time on the show. However, even after leaving the show, Ma Nuo's popularity did not decline. Many TV programs extended olive branches to her. She also took advantage of the popularity to release her first solo album. A year later, she also collaborated with many celebrities to act in movies. As her fame grew, her market value also continued to rise. Just like the saying goes, black fame is still fame. From then on, Ma Nuo completely broke free from the poor life and stepped into the gate of the entertainment industry. In just the year 2012 alone, Ma Nuo received invitations to participate in 4 film and television productions, and also released her second album. At that time, all major dramas and program groups wanted to invite her. This was Ma Nuo's peak period. Fame and fortune are a double-edged sword. They can make a person, but also destroy a person. Not long after she became popular, Ma Nuo's scandals began to surface. Due to these rumors and gossip, Ma Nuo's fame plummeted, and all of her scenes in the movies she participated in were deleted. Although Ma Nuo later sued the rumor spreaders and proved her innocence in court, it was already impossible to go back to the way things were. Although she could still get offers with the identity of a gold digger, the quality of her opportunities was no longer what it used to be. In 2016, Ma Nuo completely withdrew from the entertainment industry and faded from the public's view on the internet. She focused on painting at home and occasionally took her mother out to travel and relax. But netizens still haven't forgotten her. Even now, there are still many people going to her social media accounts to scold her, and the words are extremely unpleasant to read. In 2019, Ma Nuo finally couldn't hold back anymore and explained everything that had happened back then on social media. She stated that everything was just a casual remark at the time, and she was not really a gold digger. After this response was posted, Ma Nuo was once again pushed onto the trending list after 10 years. For a time, her remarks became a topic of heated debate. It is undeniable that the gold digger persona did bring her a lot of benefits. But is it right for netizens to recklessly attack her personally? Now it has been 15 years since Ma Nuo rose to fame. People have already forgotten the classic quote she once used to grab attention. If we look back at Ma Nuo now, actually, her thoughts were not wrong. Everyone has desires and things they pursue. Striving to obtain what you want through your own efforts is not something shameful. It's just that Ma Nuo openly exposed her ambition. Later, Ma Nuo successfully fell in love and held hands with a divorced man on the show. But a year later, the two also went their separate ways. It's undeniable that Ma Nuo used a single sentence to gain a better life, but also put herself in the center of a storm. Loving money is not wrong. What's wrong is making your ambition public. After all, someone who grew up in poverty, how could they not long for a better life? So, 15 years have passed. How is Ma Nuo doing now? Did she fulfill her youthful dream of marrying into a wealthy family? Now, Ma Nuo is already 37 years old. She is still fighting alone on the journey of life. Over these years, she didn't sit in a BMW, nor did she marry into a rich family. The current Ma Nuo is no longer the sharp and materialistic girl she once was on stage. Now, she treats her mother very well, takes her everywhere she goes, and often takes care of stray animals in her daily life. She lives a very happy life. In fact, Ma Nuo's materialistic behavior back then was not hard to understand. She had grown up in hardship, where life was all about rice, oil and salt. A life without money is destined to be miserable. Nowadays, there are also many women at marriageable age who have excessive financial expectations for men. They all want to marry into a wealthy family and live a rich person's life. For them, money may not be everything, but without money, everything is nothing. From a meteoric rise to fading into silence, Ma Nuo's experience tells us, if you want a good life, you must rely on your own hands, and you must work hard step by step. If you want to wear the crown, you must bear its weight. There is no shortcut to success. Only continuous effort is the stepping stone to it.
15 years have passed. Ma Nuo did not marry into a wealthy family, but she also did not choose to lie flat. Instead, she created a different kind of life through her own efforts. However, back then, she was cursed and pushed to the top of the trending list because of one sentence. I'd rather cry in a BMW. But today's reality is that the economic threshold in the dating market is even higher than it was back then. Even ordinary marriages have begun to be allocated by financial capability. The irony is, 15 years ago, people attacked gold diggers. 15 years later, many people have become exactly like her. More and more people openly accept the idea that love without money is not worth starting. They even list houses, cars, and savings as a checklist when choosing a partner. So here comes a question. Was Ma Nuo really wrong? Or did she just speak the truth ahead of her time? How should we balance love and money? If it were you, would you choose to cry in a BMW or smile on a bicycle? Welcome to share your thoughts in the comments section. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot to us, and we will continue to bring you better content. Thank you again for watching. See you next time.